everyone. This is Moria 17, and you are looking at Transport Fever. Yes, it is November 8th, and the game is finally out and released, and I've messed around with it a little bit. And we're going to start our Let's Play, and I'm going to do the large map with the 1.3, so it's long, more of a flat terrain, even though it's not flat, trust me. And then we're going to do 1850 will be our start. We're going to do medium. I'm going to use the seed USA 17. I did Moria 17, Moria seeds, they were okay. I haven't liked them too much, so I figured we'd try that. For advanced, I do have one mod installed right now. It's time progression 4 times slower. And all this does is it takes, if it took, let's say, 10 months or 8 months to get to from one city to another, it only takes 2 months now. And I think what it says is 2 seconds per day when you have it just running. And so now it's going to be 8 seconds per day, and it lowers the overall running cost and money received because of the time compression. It changes nothing else, which is pretty good, and I like that. I want to spend more time in each year and be able to enjoy the trains and not just fly through and be in 1950 before I know it. So the way I'm going to set this up is vehicles American, terrain European because I don't like the dusty look, town names American, trees European. I think I'm going to put that all. Buildings American, streets American, environment European, and scenario USA. And we'll hit save. That's very loud, and it didn't save that. So let's do this again. USA 17, and everything else is set. And we're going to hit start. Now this is a long load, and I'm going to apologize in advance for that. But I wanted to show you the settings that we're using. So that you can see. So while this loads, we're going to talk about a couple of different things. I have seen, first and foremost, on the forums on Steam early on, there's been a lot of issues with, well, when I change my display settings, a lot of stuff happens where I can't move my mouse or it's limited. So first and foremost, you can hit Alt-Enter, and that will immediately take you into windowed mode and help you with getting back. And you can hit it again, and it'll go back to full, and it should reset itself. If it doesn't, then you should be able to at least be able to move your mouse around. The other thing you can do is go find your Transport Fever Executive in the files. You can do it either through Steam or find it through Internet Explorer, File Explorer. You can find your Transport Fever Executive file. Right click, and on there you can put Do Not Restrict. I forget the exact wording of it right now, but do not restrict when it's under different settings. Also, another thing you could do too is in Windows 10, bump over into your display settings, and if you have your icons and stuff run up to like 175% or 150%, where it increases, that can cause a problem as well, where you have the compression problem, especially with the mouse and some other issues. So if you reset that to just 100%, it seems to help. Some of the more common problems I've seen so far has been that if you get an error when it first loads up and you're trying to load and it says you can't open GLL or open DLL, you might have a graphic card that's out of date. Your driver might be out of date. You may even need a new graphic card. Make sure you're checking the minimum specs and that you're meeting that. But check your drivers. Make sure they're up to date, so that you can run the game properly. So far, I haven't had any issues with crashing. I've seen that talked about a little bit, but I haven't seen any issues with that. It's been very stable. I do still have it on save game every year, simply because if I make mistakes, I've got the ability to go back. And I haven't created any custom logos or anything of that nature yet. So those are some of the more common issues I have seen, and I experienced that when I first loaded up the game. I tried to change the settings to change it to my default that I have on my computer, which is 19 by 1020, and it didn't want to do it, and it kept messing up, and so I had to go in and actually make those changes because I didn't realize I also had my icon set to about 150% because I'm getting old. And so I'm a little bit blind and can't see all that well. So having the bigger icons helped me, but adjusting that helped to render the game a little bit better. And I actually able to get it in the proper setting and get everything set up. So that's how you can do it. I had to take a drink of coffee there. Alright, let's pause the game. Here we are. Let's see how our USA 17 seed did. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at there. That's kind of what I wanted, was a river running all the way, or at least a large portion. So we've got a river running all the way up. So that's good. We'll be able to utilize our boats. Perfect. Now what we need to do is find some place where we can start. Two towns close together. I'm going to start off with with a rail route doing passenger. That's a very short deal. That's pretty good. If you click over here, you can click on your topography. As you can see, it's almost exact same. So that, or it is exact same through there. That actually would be a good start. They're close together. These are close. So you could wind up with a Westminster, El Paso, Winston-Salem. I cannot talk today. Birmingham route, and eventually have it come back down to New Orleans. That's a good future route to have there, maybe. Let's see. St. Paul and Birmingham are very close together, but see this? That's bad news to begin with. Syracuse to Birmingham would be good. Down here is way too hilly. See what I mean? I put mostly flat. Look at all this. So it's not like you're going to get a flat map if you pick flat. That's going to be a mess to deal with. Now, if you go along the river, let's see, Fort Lauderdale. I'm from Florida. That'd be a great place to start. You go up to Tacoma, but you're going up the hill. That would be not very good. And if you came out of St. Paul and then went along the river, it wouldn't be bad. And again, this would be a nice big circle. That's 1, 2, 3, 6 cities. I'm thinking that's probably where we're going to start. Let's go upriver and see what we got. That's not too long of a distance, but then after that, you've got a very long distance to the next town, unless you cut through here to Concord. So this is going to have to be, this is our epicenter here, because around this little hill, mountain, whatever you want to call it, that's going to be the area. So then what's going to be the shortest? Well, first and foremost, let's look at our city population, and you just click on this to adjust it. So Fort Lauderdale over here is the biggest right now. Topeka, so okay, so Winston-Salem and Birmingham are both big. Okay, and St. Paul is down there a little bit. That's fine. New Orleans is not too bad, and Westminster is down a little bit too. So Westminster's down here, and where is St. Paul? I didn't see. Oh, St. Paul. So actually, that's above New Orleans. So this is a good place to start. Now we got to figure out. I think this is short. I think this is the shortest. El Paso. El Paso is pretty good size too. So El Paso to Winston-Salem. Jobs are pretty good in Winston-Salem, and shopping facilities. So good overall. I think this will be our first connection. It's a nice short route, and we want to align our stations because we know we're going to be heading that way and that way. So we want to make sure we're going to align our stations. Now let's look at who's living where, and it's, you know, somewhat important, but I think I'm going to go right here. Obviously, I can connect roads, set up the bus lines, and then I think I'll go here. So that, again, I'm angled that way. So let's go ahead and get our first station. Now, something I'm gonna talk to you about also. Once you set up your first lines and you start turning a little bit of profit or making a little bit of money, you need to look at city sculpting. You want to start sculpting your city. If I'm going to have my station here, I want my city to grow this way and this way. And then you want to use these roads to kind of start sculpting and helping the city to grow. All right, so let's go down here. We're going to pick our rail, and it takes a second to load that up. And I want a regular station, and right, yeah. And I don't want it to be the long one. We'll turn this way, and you can see that highlights all the residential area right there, so that's good. And we have a great catchment area, so let's zoom in a little bit better. And that shows you who is willing to walk to the station based on where it's placed. And what I'm trying to figure out, I think what I'm going to do actually is place it here. Let me run a little small road right there. That is loud. I thought I turned that down. Settings here. Audio. I thought I turned that down. Man, that was very loud too. Maybe it's just loud in my ear. I don't know. But it sounded very loud. I'll listen to the recording. Okay, so with that there, I can go back to the station, and I definitely want to put it here. And we'll get that right on top. That seems like a very long station. Something doesn't. That seems like it's too long. I don't know. Maybe that's the default start. So 90K. I don't think I can get any cheaper. Nah. Well, 80, 89, but still 90K, 90.2, 90.3. So right there was a good start. Let's check this station. Oop, no, I want to check the station. So, oh, so it's 160. I could make it 80. Well, that's going to cost me money though. So, all right, well that'll be fine for now. So okay, so there's that station. Let's go put our station in El Paso. Let's see here. We need another little road again. It looks like to go here. Yes, and then I'm going to run the station right next to that. Whoop. No, not that. Thank you. Hit the wrong button. I hit B for bulldozer. Okay, and let's 95. I guess because of the forest, we come right here to the corner. Well, that doesn't seem to want to let me do the corner, huh? Because we want to be able to. Let me turn this. We know we're headed that way, right? To Palm Bay? Yeah, eventually. But I think we're heading to Westminster first. So we need that orientation, and then yeah, so if we can get it on that corner, that's going to be good. 110. That'll work fine. All right, so we'll start building the track. Headed backwards. Yeah, I'm excited for this game. I don't know about you guys. Also, don't just try and build gigantic sections of track. It'll cost you a fortune. So keep your. This will be less than ideal because you can at least hit 75, right? There we go. Build it in small sections. Don't try and build. Don't try and build big long sections of track. It'll cost you a fortune. I'm just going to go right down the road. Kind of mirror the road a little bit, but I don't want to attach it to it in case you have to upgrade. All right. And there it kind of snapped to it a little bit. That's okay. And I know I can build it cheaper than that. You saw just that little bit of distance, and it would have been 100 and something grand, and we did it for 60. So big difference. And there we go. So there's the first one. And now what I'm going to do is, for ease of upgrade, because I got to figure out, am I going to go to Birmingham or Westminster first? I'm going to go to Birmingham first because it's the bigger one. So that'll be the next stage. So I'm going to put the depot down here, and I'm going to put it right on the end. And I want to do that because then I'm going to start off with just a couple of cars, and when I'm ready to upgrade, it'll be easy for me to just drop him right in there, even though that's going to leave a big gigantic thing and cost me a fortune to do it that way, when I could probably do it down here and it'd be so much easier and cheaper. So we'll just have to do this for now, and we'll move it when we have to. Okay, so there's that. And let's set up our new line. And this is from here, Winston-Salem, up to there. And we will name our line. I use the traditional, I'll do Winston-Salem to El Paso. Alright, so there's that. I play Train Fever a ton. I just never recorded videos for it. But I played Train Fever a ton. Now, so I have a little bit of idea what we're doing. But of course, this is a new game, so it's a little different. But the 20-minute rule is gone. Look at that. That's getting a large part of El Paso and most of our residential areas. So that's good. They'll be able to walk. So we'll have more people probably coming from El Paso than here. To start with, we're going to have to put in buses very quickly here in order to generate the kind of passenger travel we want. Alright, so let's go ahead and buy our first train, and then we'll get it going, and then we'll put the bus stops in. So we'll buy a train, and of course we only have this one to buy. This is what kills me. $272,000 for this. Man, for this carriage, it's just ridiculous. All right, so one of those, and we're gonna buy 1, 2. I gotta buy 3, so it's 183 feet on the train there. So that's expensive. All right, so we'll set the line. It'll be that, and we will name the train. And I forgot what the name I was debating, but I think with the long river and all that, I think we can do Bayline 1. So I think that'll be the name of our company. We'll see. We'll set that going, and we'll come down here and let's watch our train come out now and get a nice view. We could put our bus stop over here to drop the people off. Okay. And away we go. First train coming out. Very nice. And of course, if you click on the train, you get this, and you can follow it by clicking on this button, or if you want to do first person, you can do that. Now, if you'll notice, see, this is what I'm talking about. See, it takes much longer to go through a day. April 4th is still there, and we're on normal play. So, as you can see, it takes longer to go through a single day. So we will stay in the years longer. All right, so let's go ahead and get that thing moving and get it headed off. Okay, so we're going to need a bus station here. Look at all these people. Look like ants. Let's put it on play for just a second, and let's look at bus stop. So we're going to need a bus stop up here, and I'm going to put it on the right side of the road right next to the railroad station. I wish you could make the station itself a bus stop, but you can't. So I'm just going to put a bus stop there, and then I need a catchment area. So I know, let me unclick this a second. I know that the train gets this much, so that's fine, and then the bus stop even gets this much. So I need to have a bus stop that will grab all this, and I want it on the right side of the road because I'm going to come down this road and hit this, and then I can put the next one over. Let's see, that one got, let me look, let me just double check. Did that get all the businesses? I got most of the businesses. Okay, so now if I put the next one here, I don't get those businesses, so I need one more stop here for expansion that way, and then I'll come right over here to the corner. The closer you are to the corners, it seems like it does help them a little bit better. Alright, so that's the bus stops. We'll create a new line, and we will go from this bus stop to this one, and then we'll go to this one, and then to this one. Now, and it makes a nice circle, and the line currently will be whatever it is when I put the vehicles on there. So we will call this, this is what, this is Birmingham, right? I think it's Birmingham. Birmingham bus. I think it's Birmingham, isn't it? I don't remember now. Oh, Winston-Salem. Okay. So this will be, actually, let me change this. Winston-Salem bus. Okay, WinS bus. So now we'll need a tram line. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a road that goes right through there, but I just got to be careful of this beginning money. It's expensive, and I want it to hook up over here. There we go, that'll work, because I don't want it to get too far out there. Alright, so next thing I got to do is I have to build a road depot, and so let's see if I can build that there. Curvature's too great. Let's see. No, that's not going to work. I don't want it there. Where else can I put this thing? How about right out here? Let's see how much that is. 10 grand, roughly, probably. What's going on? Doesn't want to. Okay, so 10.9. Boom. So now you want to buy. Now, one thing you need to be careful of in this early part is the running cost is 2.29 per year, and it's going to go up. Same thing with running costs, so this stuff is expensive too. So you want to be careful not to get too many. So I'm going to get 2 of these and then set them on the Winston bus line, and that's going to get us rolling. So I have this on regular play. Let's get it moving so that we can begin to see how much money we're going to make. Pull this window up here. So right now 0 of 8 and 0 of 42 passengers. We'll turn it off so we can get that sound down. And we are on our way. Let me click on the train. And while it's doing that, let's ride in first person view as we head back up towards, back down, back up, whichever the case may be, towards Winston-Salem. You can see it's got a little bit of a climb here, so we're down to 13 miles an hour, 12. 12 is, it's going to drop again, probably, I think. 12, no, it's holding. Alright, so it'll start to pick back up speed now, 13. And that's not horrible. Not horrible at all. And you can't move this camera. I thought you could move it. That's alright. So we'll pull into Winston-Salem, see if we have any passengers hanging out and waiting. Wow, that's a little bit of a hill right there, isn't it? Still not the worst in the world. 23, 24, so we're right back at the full speed now. Anybody waiting at all? I see no one, which is normal. So if you install your line, you think, wow, there's nobody there. It's normal to have that happen for a little bit. All right, heading back up to El Paso. We'll see how it does here. Builds up a good amount of steam. Pun intended. All right, go up over the top of the hill. Holds good mile per hour there, so that's good. So the only way, looks like it's only really slow coming back up or back down, whichever way you want to word that. 25 miles an hour, we're cooking. I would expect to see maybe 1 or 2 passengers over here now, and we're losing money rapidly, but we will earn a profit soon. Or at least start earning some money soon. The first thing I want to do is try and repay back the loan. Look at this view. This is great. To save us the 30 grand a year it takes to do loan. And look, they're already building right next to the train station. And nobody's waiting. Oh, that's not good. Still nobody. Oof. Not good. Alright. So right now we are in the hole. We're down to 488,000. And they are building, though. They like the train station being there. But again, remember, I don't have the bus stops hooked up over here yet, so it's going to be a little bit longer getting this going. I should just go ahead and do that. Let's see what we got going over here. We got people waiting now. And so we have 1 person waiting. That's good. Buses are moving. 0 of 8. It takes a little bit. We may have to go in debt just a little bit to get this running, but it will get going. So now that's going back. So 4 minutes, 9 minutes on our line. It's not too long. 4 minutes or too long. 4 minutes on our Winston-Salem. Let's go ahead and set up our buses over here, and let's get to passenger, and we'll get a bus stop. And of course, we need one right here. So we're going to put one right there. The next one we are going to pit is going to be. Let me unclick that real quick. So that's covering all that, so I need to actually worry about getting further down. That's coming out. Okay, so we need to be here, and that covers, yeah, that covers almost everything else. It does cover everything else. Right, yeah. So we'll put one there, and we'll just have that line running back and forth right now. And I can't help it, I have to connect this road. And there, and then, whoa, it's like a butt. That doesn't work. Okay, there we go. So that'll be a good start. I wonder if I can get a road right through there. Oh, no. I'd like to get a road through there if I could. Oh, yeah. There we go. That will work. There we go. Alright, so let's set up a new line. And it will go from here to here. And like I said, that'll cover everybody for now. And this will be El Paso bus. That's right. I couldn't remember what the city was again. And we'll do El Paso bus. Okay. We actually got a few people waiting now, so that's good. And there goes the train. He's got 7 people on it. We are moving up in the world. Okay, and I'm going to run road there and there. There we go. And eventually the bus stop will then have to be over here, and it'll, you know, make a nice circle. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put another depot over here because I don't want the buses to have to come way over there. And where do I want to put this one at? Let's put it out here, outside the woods. That's good. Way out here in the middle of nowhere. Or over here. How about over here? It's 11. That's 12. That's 11. That's 11. 10.8. I like that even better. Let's go. There, that'll work. Alright, so let's buy. Move this up here. 1 and 2. And we shall set line all. El Paso bus. And away we go. Now, that's a great way to start your initial thing. Your initial setup. You can see I'm catching every single, except for this one. We're catching everything, and then between the bus stations and the bus stops, we are catching everything now. And we are able to, you see, 5,000. So we broke even so far on this bus line, on the El Paso, because we just created it. And this one now has 1 passenger on it. And like I said, the reason I run it in fast forward is because you can see we're still in October, we're still in the first year. If I was on vanilla, we'd already be in 1852. But the reason I run on it is because I want to spend more time, like I was saying, on that. But for me, it's a little bit more realistic. All right, so now we have in the Winston-Salem, we got 4 of 8. So he just picked up some people from there. He just dropped off. So we're starting to see it go. It takes a little bit of time, and then once it gets moving, it begins to generate. The people get on the bus. They'll go to the train station, and away they go. And you can see our little cart there, riding around. This looks very good even down at this level. Let's slow it down just a little bit here so we can see what's going on. There you can see the cart riding along. He currently has nobody in there. But like I said, new line, so we're working on it. You see the train leaving the station. Get down in here. Headed off into the woods. That's a great view right there. And away he goes. He's got 14 passengers on there now, so that's good. We'll get him moving. You can see people already coming here to wait. So good start, good start. We'll see how it goes. Got to start generating some income. This will fill in. That's going to fill in. That's already filled in. That house is going to get destroyed when I upgrade at some point. And I really wanted to run a road diagonal and then connect here, but you know, what are you going to do? They're quick to build, man. Now you know it'll cost you a fortune to destroy that thing. All right, let's let that run a second. Reorient myself this way. Let's look at some industries. We're not going to do it yet, but we can look at it. There's a coal mine. And I'll tell you what I want. I'm not a modder. I would like to mod, but I'm not a modder, so I'm counting on the modding community. I would like a placeable port that ships, quote unquote, ships overseas or whatever, so that I can focus in and I don't always have to run the full chain, but I can have a port that will buy coal at a reduced rate, and I could run like the big American freight trains, you know, gigantic trains of coal, maybe hitting 2 or 3 coal mines and hauling it over to the port to sell it. I think that would be just phenomenal. But until that's created, this is what we have. So here you have a food. Here you have oil and gas right there. Coal and oh no, I thought that was a steel mill. Oh, there goes the save. That is a goods factory. Okay, which you have to bring planks and steel, or planks and plastic to do that. Let's see. So I have natural oil there. Here's a steel mill. There's coal, so hauling coal to there would be good. There's iron ore, so you can haul that there. That seems pretty good. Let's see if there was another iron ore on this side of the river, but I'm not seeing one. That'll have to be a future thing. Here's there's natural gas. There's, so not bad. You can see we're still losing money. We're down to 315K, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Here you have 2 plants that you can bring the oil to create. Let's see, it either produces straight oil instead of crude oil, or fuel, and the oil is then either used in another product. So plastics up here. So you could come down and use one to make fuel, one to make oil, send oil up to make plastic, because you can either use food or grain or oil to make plastics. Of course, you have farms up here too. Okay, all about planning ahead. You know, you got to look, you got to see what do you have and what can you use. Our circle route will go to Westminster, come down to New Orleans, St. Paul, and up to Birmingham and around. So that's going to be a nice system. More coal down here. Another steel factory there. So we've definitely got some stuff we can work on. All right, 11 passengers coming in. Watch them get dropped off. Got a few waiting here already. Not a lot, but we got a few. 7. All right, we're 3 cars, and off they go. 7 head back the other way. So far so good. We're not generating a gigantic profit yet, but we're getting close. If we look at the financial statement for last year, we were minus 1.64 million, but we built $1 million in vehicles. We built a ton of money that we spent. Our running cost was 108,000, and our income for road was 700. Of course, it was short, so we didn't meet that. We had 100,000 running cost, and we brought in 16.9 thousand. So far, we are in the hole, obviously, but overall, we'll see how it goes this year. So total running cost right now is 42. Total income right now is 14. So 112, 17. Big difference. We got to fill in that gap, and the whole thing is going to come with these buses. Carriages, and then being able to fill in, get passengers to get on the plane, or on the train. 16 now, so moving up. A lot of it's coming from El Paso. Not as many from Winston-Salem, because this is the bigger city. Oh look, somebody building right in my loop. Would you look at that? A little crane. He's building my loop. This guy's building, this must be a house. Like, dude, we could have made that like a park or something, next to the train station, but you had to build, didn't you? That's crazy. This road needs to go, even though we're still losing money. It's just unavoidable for me. There we go, another 10K spent. Eventually it will connect that too, but for now it's fine. Train's going back uphill. So 8 of 8. Alright, so Winston-Salem, let me see. 8 of 8 now. 3 of 8. 16 of 42. So we're going to start seeing some stuff very soon. That's the initial setup, though. It's not bad. And the minute you start getting money, what I'm going to do is I am going to start repaying our loan. Loan interest was 30,000. 30,000 makes a big difference. If we could cut, if you added 30 on that, we were getting closer to building a profit. So, all right. So running cost right now 71, income 33. We are in May. We might see a green number by the end of the year. We might. It's going to be close. Look at that. Now you got people at the bus station. Look at this. People that got off the train, they're at the bus station now. There we go. 18 waiting. Won't be much longer. We're going to have to add a third card over here. And already 7 waiting here, and the train's headed back. So the train has 11 people. 4 of 8 in El Paso, and 8 of 8. One thing to remember in transport fever versus train fever, the 20-minute rule is now gone. So they will wait longer, and it definitely makes it easier to move goods and stuff around because you don't have the 20-minute rule. You can have gigantic trains, and people actually, once we create this gigantic loop, people will get on here right all the way around the loop in order to get off at another town. So it will definitely, look at that. They just can't help but build right here. You just got to build it right there. I gotta tell you, man, when these trains get noisy, that's not gonna be the best place to live. But okay. Picked up 8 coming back, so not as many coming back this time. I see people waiting at the El Paso bus stops too. Not as well, it's 1. Okay, so it's not too bad right now. Not too bad. 2 waiting there, so yeah, it could be worse. What I want to watch for is when these bus stops have 20, 25 people waiting at them, that's when you want to start looking at, or that's when I start looking at, okay, let me add one more. And you don't have to add 2, 3, 4 more. One, you'll be surprised how it starts to lower down the amount of people waiting. And it's not bad to have at least some people waiting. Oh, we got 13 now. So let's look where we're at. We are now in June. So I know, I mean, if you guys like that mod, I'm telling you, you should go get it. I run almost always on fast forward. I rarely play in just regular play mode. You know, unless I want to watch something, then I'll do it. But as you can see here, we're still in only the second year. I'm getting to enjoy my steam trains a lot more. I'm getting to enjoy each era a lot more than if I just blasted through stuff. So, yeah. Alright, so right now we are 101,000 total running cost. And we are sitting at 43,000 in income. 49. We'll see. We'll see if we can turn our profit. 13 now, so that's good. Still not turning our profit. We'll speed it back up again here. Let's see what we got waiting up here this time. Hopefully we get a few more people waiting up here. We need to get, you know, a 10 or 12 going one way, or 10 or 12 going the other. So let's see how El Paso is doing. So population, Fort Lauderdale, Birmingham, Winston-Salem, moving up, and El Paso is up too. So we doing good. They are growing, slow but sure. We've got places for them to grow. Our bus stop hitting everybody still hitting everybody. For the most part, we're not catching. Oh yeah, this is catching over here. So still doing pretty good. We're gonna have to build some more roads in here to give this thing the ability to expand a little bit better. Put like a road right here. Actually, no. Let's go right. Nope. Let's see if we can go right there. Nope. I don't want to destroy that thing. How about right here? That'll work. And oh, didn't want to do that. There. And then let's go a dead end. What about there? There we go. And they'll start building there. And the bus stop's still good. It'll everything should still get caught, you know. Plus the the train's gonna reach way out here too. So, oh, and there you go. Our Winston-Salem line has earned us the first $101, our first bit of profit. Man, oh man, we're living the good life now. I still wish I could just take and run that road over there. And it won't be too long. They'll build in there. I'm pretty sure they will. There's a coal mine. Alright, so far so good. We are now in September. So what we'll do is we'll go to the end of the year then in this episode here and see where we go. So we got 16 weighted on here. We'll get to the end of the year. I see so far, even though it's not the greatest start, look at all this building going on, and we've got a little ways to go. We are definitely going to, and this is all caught by the train, so that's good. And there you go, 16 going back, so that's good. I know that we're not turning a gigantic profit right now, but we are definitely, so that's got all that. He's got all that, and then everybody else on this. Okay, so the only thing is not being, I don't think that's getting caught. Nope, so this is not getting caught. We may have to add another line. Wow, that worked well. What in the world? Why does it want to do a curve? How about just a straight? Thank you. And then we'll go straight to that. There we go. I'm going to need a bus stop over here. I don't know if I'm going to need it now, but it would add the length, that's for sure. There's already 3. This is going to be a big city, so I'm going to need a bus stop in here. Especially once I do this. Make like a little neighborhood there. So let's go, let's see here, bus stop. Right side of the road. That would only catch them, but it'll catch most of these guys in here too. Boom. Alright, let me go to my line. my Winston-Salem bus line. And then what I want to do is figure out, let me take that off, Lincoln Street is over here. So you go from Washington Street to Oak Street. So I want to add a station to there. And I have to do this loop thing. That's fine for now. So there we go. So Winston-Salem now is getting, what I'm going to do now is buy one road vehicle, buy one, and set its line to Winston-Salem. And that's going to give me three on the Winston-Salem line now. Drops that down to 4 minutes, so it's going to be a little bit better. And that's going to encourage growth over here as well. Alright, we are now in November, so we're coming up on the end here. We're sitting at 178K. We could still borrow 500K. I haven't even done that yet. So as you can see, this is a good start. So right now, our running cost, ignore this, our running cost right now is 159,000, and we have made 95,000. So we're closing that gap. It's getting smaller. Slow but sure, slow but sure. You know, we will get there. And now with the extra bus, we're going to be full up most of the time. As you can see here, 12 of 12 now. It's El Paso that's really killing us right now. Although, you're only 465 down, so it's getting there. It is definitely getting there. You can see there's 4 people waiting there. And all it's doing is just running back and forth. So probably could have gone with one vehicle over here now, or to start, but I can't believe that bus stop catches all of that stuff. And does he have anybody? No, he doesn't. Yeah, he's got 4 on him, so they're getting really close. This is going to start turning a profit soon too. The problem is that we just don't have, well no, look at there. 23 getting on the train going back, so now's where we're going to start seeing it. It's going to come. We're December 22nd, 23rd, it's almost Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. And we're going to be very, very, very close. We're not going to turn a profit, but next year we are. Let's see, 173, 105. Once that train will not make it by the end of the year, but still 23. Next year, we're going to start turning some profit. I promise you. So 105, 173, we are closing the gap from 112 to 17. So we were well over, we were 100,000 down. Here we've closed it down. So this next year, we will definitely turn a profit. All right, everybody. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you like this game, go out and get it. It's great. I promise you. It is definitely, if you're wondering the whole thing about, is this just an upgrade to Train Fever? It plays better, it feels better, and you have a ton more options and a lot more toys to play with. So definitely go out and get it. There you go already. El Paso's now turned a profit. So, all right, we will talk to you on the next episode. Like I said, hit like and subscribe, and tell me how to do it better. Tell me how to play it better. All right, guys, have a great day.